watched the show in forever.
But you watched it
You just
today.
got in.
I did. I'm on such a high.
This is like the climax to a storyline that we've all been waiting for.
Yes, I'm totally exhilarated now.
I loved the sweeping theme
The
music
theme
at the
music.
end.
Did everybody watch Bold and the Beautiful just now?
I hope they did. And we don't want to give anything away, but with the promos they've been building up to this all week long. We know that the revelation is coming that Beth is alive.
Bree says yes. What'd you think about it, Bree? Have you been waiting for 6 months just like we have?
Has it been just about
Has it been? I was thinking it was longer than that.
before I had my surgery?
Yeah.
And that was in April.
It was early January. I looked back because they said the 8,000 show, they were promising something that would change everyone's lives. And that was right when the Catalina trip happened where Dr.
They were having
Buckingham
their
did
baby
his
Yeah.
dastardly deed.
Well, and the thing about soap operas is, not everybody can be happy. So Liam and Hope are going to be happy they're going to get their baby back, but now it's going to devastate Steffi. And then, of course, Ridge is going to be devastated because his son kind of manipulated all of this and could be responsible for Emma's death. I mean, he kind of he didn't physically kill her, but she's dead because of him.
And that's, of course, I'm just catching up to all of this.
Well,
So
Ruth
I guess-
says-
Emma, who was the intern at Forrester, she got run off the road by Thomas.
She was a big dance proponent. She did all her dance routines in the runway. That was her big contribution to the company. You might have been out during that point.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But she was going to tell Hope that night, and Thomas was chasing her, and she ran off the road and died.
Oh, gosh.
So they killed off a character.
They used it as a lesson against texting and driving.
Yeah, because they said she was texting while she
And
was driving.
So
trying to-
possibly, I don't even know his name.
Thomas.
Thomas killed her, possibly.
Well, he's
Or caused her death in
Right.
some sort of way.
it was his fault.
He was tailgating her and flashing his brights.
And ran her off the road.
Okay.
It's a terrible thing. So the question is, we've talked about this before, is there's never any real court scenes on The Bold and the Beautiful. Nobody ever goes to jail. Nobody ever goes to trial. So what's going to happen
Stop
with
shaking your
Thomas?
head.
So Nick, you seem to think that Thomas and the helicopter might.
I really wonder if Thomas might meet a fiery fate. They've got the helicopter up on the roof. What if he finally realizes he's such a lost cause, he goes to escape, and then sadly for the helicopter pilot, maybe they both go down? Or Cheryl, you had that amazing, remember what happened to, was it Ridge and
yeah.
Ridge and Bill when someone got pushed out, but they survived that fall.
Bill pushed Ridge out of, Bill had Ridge dumped out of the helicopter. Remember when he was going to marry Brooke? So maybe Liam and Thomas will end up in this helicopter, and Thomas is going to fall out into, where are they? Los Angeles, into Los Angeles Bay. And he'll disappear. They couldn't have done this with that other Thomas actor because this one is just like pure evil. So I'm glad they changed the actor.
Do you remember him, Antoinette?
The really tall, yes.
The one always shirtless?
The shirtless, tall, handsome one.
He had a great comedic effect too. That this, you'll have to say, everyone can kind of agree to hate this,
But
but the
ti-
actor's giving a really good
He
performance
is,
in
but
the role.
But he's also very handsome, this new Thomas.
Yeah. And I was watching Liam's reaction really well today. I mean, I thought he didn't react enough. He was too calm to have found out that his
About
baby
his
is
baby.
alive. Yeah.
Well, but you missed the other day. He kind of had a reunion with his daughter in the room where he kind of
She
did
saw them dad.
he did the ugly cry.
Yes, he did the
So
ugly
he's had that. So he's kind of, for a few days, kind of gotten it in his head
Yes.
that maybe this could be a possibility.
Well, but like with my own sense of time, isn't it amazing that we're really on the same day? Like really, this is kind of like either the day after they got married. So we've been in the same day now for over a week, and it isn't even night yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know. But I'm
yeah,
really
sure.
glad that Thomas's friend who came and gave him a present for his wedding didn't end up roofing his new wife and drugging her, because I had a whole nother
I
storyline
know.
for that.
We thought he might be gonna keep hope, but Ruth Rivas just has a disturbing thought. What if Thomas tries to kidnap the baby? Because she's still over at Steffi's.
That's true.
But Bridget-
None of them know.
But they don't know. Yeah, they don't know. He has no reason to take that baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Thomas is going to disappear, and Douglas is going to end up being Liam and Hope's child.
But the way he was trying to force the door open, I'm thinking he's going to go in and break the door down and fight Liam or something.
Well, Elizabeth says she thinks Steffi is pregnant. Now, we also thought maybe if the wedding night went through with Hope and Thomas, that they both might end up pregnant at the same time.
But that didn't happen.
Thank goodness.
Hope.
Hopefully, there's no chance.
Now,
Please.
who's
But
Steffi?
I do hope that. Well, I'm with her. I think that Steffi's probably pregnant by Liam, and that's gonna and that baby will soothe her.
Now, when did that happen? See, I missed
They
it.
had that one night, and he went and told Hope about it. You know, he has to confess everything.
Because Thomas drugged him, and he got very philosophical in addition
He
to
roofied,
his.
He roofied Liam at the beach
See, I
party.
didn't know that part. See, yeah, I think Steffi's gonna be pregnant. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
she's going to be pregnant, and that baby will help assuage her pain from losing.
Oh goodness.
She even
Yeah.
said you weren't yourself last night.
But see, it's like a double loss for Steffi because she named the baby after her sister, her twin sister, who died, and so now she's going to lose the other Phoebe, who is Beth, and Beth is named after after Brooke's mother. Yeah, she's named after Brooke's mother, Beth.
I'm waiting breathlessly from Monday. Now, not changing subject. Is this the last day for
Sarah Gilbert. Yeah, Sarah Gilbert's leaving the talk today. They announced, I guess, a month or so ago that Marie Osmond is going to be the new host on the show.
See, I've been so
replacing
out
Sarah.
of it. Yeah.
But the thing about it is, this is Sarah's show. She developed the show. She concepted the show. She's the executive producer of the show.
So she's kind of like a Barbara Walters for The View.
Yeah. So this is her baby. So she's stepping away because she says she's got young children and she wants to have more time to spend with them, and she has her show, the Connors, the comedy that she's in, that's coming back in the fall. And she said her life is just so full that something had to give. So that's the way it is in life. We have to make choices, and we have to make choices sometimes that are hard, but we have to make choices that are right for ourselves.
Like I have to completely change my diet because I have a lot of inflammation. So I'm thinking about going plant-based for a while.
Well, you can eat at Burger King. You can have one of those Impossible Burgers.
Well, I don't know. So if anybody has any suggestions on how I can transition into a plant-based to eliminate some inflammation in my body, let me know.
Yeah, a lot
serious,
of people are doing that,
Yeah.
you know, because what we eat, that is what we are. They say you are what you eat, so you have to be really careful about things like that.
Yeah. So I have to eliminate all cheeses,
And there's that big cheese festival in Richmond tomorrow.
and dairy. I mean, I love butter. I don't do milk, but I love butter and I love a good Brie.
Well, people tell me there are some really good vegan butters. There are now
Well,
nut-based
Pam says
milks.
try tofu.
Tried it. Yeah.
Sometimes soy is a problem though.
I
when you
can't
have
do. Yeah.
inflammation.
I cannot do soy.
Yeah. But you can do nut milks.
I do almond milk. I do coconut milk.
And there's rice milk, and
Yeah.
there's
Those things I'll do, but I'm gonna have to get away from dairy and cheese and
Well, the nice thing is, if you had tried to do this 20 years ago, it would have been so much harder.
Yeah.
And these days, there's so many alternative products
options
available.
And then someone suggested I should take turmeric,
Turmeric is like a magic.
which I have. I'm gonna start taking that, but I just need to gradually shift my diet.
It's an educational process.
You have to do your research because everything doesn't work for everybody.
That's true.
And so I'm gonna do my own research.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we wish
But
you
that's a
luck
little
with
tidbit
that.
on my whole life. I'm gonna go get some water now.
I know our stress levels will
Well-
go down now that Liam and Hope will be together. But the thing is, on soap operas, you can't be happy forever.
No.
Well, Elizabeth thinks there'll be a helicopter crash, but no body.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
And Brenda says Steffi needs a new man.
She does.
They
She needs
need to introduce some people.
Yeah.
You know, you would think LA doesn't have anybody living there.
Yeah, but I agree with
But you know who they're introducing on the show is the actor Vincent Irizarry. He used to play Lou Jack on Guiding Light, and he's coming onto the show as a doctor. So somewhere in this whole storyline is going to be a new doctor coming in.
Could that be for Steffi?
Maybe for Steffi.
Yes.
He might be a little old for
Yeah.
her because he's about the age of Ridge.
Well, she might need an older man.
Well, she liked Dollar Bill.
Might be.
What Can you believe in all of this with these different storylines, we've kind of discovered that 6 months does seem to be the magic number. Like, remember when Steffi had the whole thing with Bill, then she got pregnant and was really fearful it might be him. It took her forever to tell Liam the truth.
Yeah.
And then that kind of led him back to Hope, and then lo and
So Hope and Liam will be happy for 6 months, and then and then Steffi will have her baby.
But it makes you wonder at a certain point, like with Rick and Maya, at a certain point, do you kind of develop new folks to kind of, although these seem to be the modern day, like Brooke and Ridge,
Right.
like these are the latest generation.
Yeah.
But
So I would be curious, though. I mean, because they really don't have any front burner storylines right now. What do you guys think? They need to do with the characters. I mean, we haven't seen Quinn in forever. Quinn and Eric, and they brought in Flo's mom. She came and went quickly. Wayne Brady will come back probably to face the music about this whole baby trade, but because he's still in the open of the show, so he'll come back for a second. So what would you like to see happen? I mean, what characters would you like to see come to the forefront? Because they kind of have been spinning their wheels on this storyline, and nothing else is really developed.
Elizabeth says she thinks Kelly will be sick. She says she's wondered why these shows haven't touched on childhood cancer.
Oh, I hope
Wouldn't
not.
that be the
That
most
would be
ultimate
sad.
devastation after all this?
Yeah, for them to have a sick child.
But I mean, at least she has known her child in passing in a way. Like, it wasn't like it was awful on many levels, but at least she knows where the child is, and now hopefully can go see her. But that's our other fear. The one lady said, which I had not thought about, what if Thomas goes and tries to get her baby?
But what would he do?
Yeah.
I mean, to what end? I mean, I don't know what that would do for him, because he inherently isn't an evil person, or hasn't been. And he and Hope had a past relationship that I had totally forgotten about, because he had that engagement ring that he had given her before.
Oh.
So they did have a
Okay, so I
relationship.
didn't know anything about
So I don't think he would do anything to hurt Hope. I think he's just afraid because now he's been found out.
Linda says she thinks Kelly belongs to Bill, and maybe that would be the doctor.
Oh, that would be a good one, because they had, what was the actress who was on there that we said, why did they bring her on to play the doctor?
Oh,
Nothing
Robin
Givens. And she came on, and we said we thought there was like some kind of switch of records back then. So maybe that's going to be the story, is that baby turns out to be Bill's baby.
LM says, please, no cancer scare.
Yeah.
Enough
Yeah.
of this baby drama.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Because them babies will be like 5 by the fall. They age them up.
Actually, yes, you're right. They'll be going to college.
That's right. Well, I had read, and it scared me that they were possibly going to keep the baby switch secret until the babies were adults, that this was going to drag on for years.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to see that they decided not to do that. But I think they were getting so much feedback from viewers that wanted this to wrap up. And I don't know if you've seen the crawl on the bottom of the screen that says, what do you think about The Bold and the Beautiful? If you do have opinions, they do listen to what viewers think about the show. So, you may want to take time to send them a note, an email, or however it's saying to contact them, because they've got new writers, they've got new producers, and they're trying to figure out how to get the show back on track.
I do think they need to make the women a little smarter, because they make them, and I don't want to use the word dumb, but they don't make them smart enough.
Right. They're a little dense sometimes.
Yeah. I would hope.
But that's in the world of soap operas. But it's not representative, because on Bold and Beautiful, they're entrepreneurs, they're powerful women, but when it comes to their men,
they're a little dense.
Yeah, they don't
I like
think
that
right.
word.
Yeah, they're a little dense.
So hopefully they
sometimes.
can make them smarter.
But they've got all the Logan sisters on the show now, so maybe they could do something with that. And now Flo is kind of on the outs. They brought her in as a Logan because she's Storm's daughter from a one-night stand, or however long she was in hell, however long he was in Las
You
Vegas.
amaze me with
He
your
loved
knowledge.
to visit Vegas, and one thing led to
No,
another.
Cheryl amazes me with her knowledge of.
Brandy's watching. We
Brandy,
have a lot of
what's your point
staffers at the
Yeah,
station who watch the show.
Let me tell you guys, Cheryl amazes me with her knowledge of The Bold and Beautiful. So whenever I need to know something, I'll come to her, and she'll give me all the information. But if you need anything, if you want to know what's happened back 20 years ago, Cheryl.
No,
I have missed some of the storylines, like with the younger viewers, but I've watched Bold and Beautiful since day one.
and we just learned something the other day that I had never known, that there was a man named Oliver who used to be the photographer, and apparently he was with Hope at one point, and there was a whole thing at this party with masks, and he inadvertently had sex with Brooke, her mom.
I remember that. I saw that.
Up against a wall in the garden of all places.
Always has been.
Oh my God.
Now Royal says, what if Steffi tries to go to court or leave to keep the babies?
I don't
Well,
think
all the papers she signed are not legal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she might run with them because, you know, she got away from Hope. She took the girls to Paris and kept them for a while when the actress was actually pregnant and having her baby. But she took them away. And, I mean, maybe she and Ridge will run with the children. I mean, who knows? I don't think so, though. I mean, she loves them and she loves Liam, and I think that when she realizes that her baby is actually Beth, that I mean, it's gonna break her heart. But I mean, they had this, you know, kind of sister wives thing going on anyway, so they can keep on with that.
Well, and Sheila Tedler West says she thinks Steffi needs a new man. Liam's too weak for
Well,
her.
that's what
He is.
that's what we've been saying.
Yeah,
Steffi
I
needs a new
never
man.
would have put those two together.
Yeah, Steffi needs a new man. Oh.
Yeah, when she finds out that her baby's actually good.
He's busy.
We have a new vacuum that just turned on.
It doesn't pick up anything.
Actually, it does.
It doesn't. It's terrible.
Okay. All right, guys, I've got to go. Good chatting with y'all.
All right, we'll check back in with you all next week.
Yeah, on Monday. Don't forget to tune in at 1:30 for Bold and the Beautiful on Monday because the storyline's gonna heat up a little bit more.
Yeah, looking forward
Thanks
to
for
it.
listening in.